Hi there everybody. The video you are about to see is the Introduction to Groundwork Part 2. And in that video, I am focusing on a few things with Dakota. I'm focusing on my focus. That sounds funny. But when we're working with horses, our focus on what we're doing is very important. These guys are energy sentient beings, and they are masters at reading body language, and they're masters at the six senses that we share with them. So when I am in the video, I am focusing on where I want her to go with the groundwork. It starts out with my thought, then my focus, then I send it down through my hands, out through the directing rein, and tell her where we're going. And then if she misses that cue, then my driving hand, which often will have the tail of my rope or the training stick, will drive her in the direction that I told her to go. So you'll see me working on that. The other thing that I talk about in this video is my solar plexus, my power point. Now, for those of you who don't know what a solar plexus is, it's part of our energy chakras. We are all energy beings, especially these guys. They're amazing energy beings. They read energy in the herd and in people and in the environment. That's why they get a little squirrely when the weather's about to change to a storm. So our energy chakras, there's 7 main chakras. We have our crown chakra, our third eye chakra. This is our intuition. We have our throat chakra, which is our voice. We have our heart chakra, which is where our intuition and our connection and our compassion comes from. We have our solar plexus. That's our willpower. This is where our drive is. Then we have our sacral, and we have our root chakras. I'm not going to go into all the chakras because that's not what this video is about, but I did want to address them so that you understand. When I say my solar plexus, this is my power point. This is how I put myself out into the world. This is the energy point. And horses are very sensitive to our solar plexus. And so you'll notice in the video, in all of my videos, that when I'm on the ground and I'm working with a horse, if I'm not asking that horse to do anything other than to just stand and wait for me, I have rocked my body. Dakota, can we move over just one step? Beautiful. I have rocked my body away from her. So this is, if she were facing me, my solar plexus is on her. I'll rock it off of her. That is neutral. When I'm ready to ask her to do something, I'll bring my energy up, my leadership up, and I will turn and put my solar plexus on her. I will get this energy point kind of revved up like you would if you had your foot on the accelerator of your car, the gas pedal of your car, and the brake at the same time. I rev my energy up in here, and then I allow it to flow up, down through my arm, out through my directing hand that says, let's go. And that's energy. And as you follow me in my program of Heart, Soul, Confidence-Based Horsemanship, I am an energy being, and these guys are too. And I teach all of you about energy because we put energy out whether we know it or not. You know, you walk into a room and people will say, the tension in here is palpable. Well, that's the energy in the room. Or you walk up to somebody or somebody walks in the room and everything, you're just drawn to them. Well, that's their energy that you're drawn to. So everybody in this video, you'll hear me talk about the solar plexus, and that's what I'm referring to. So I hope you enjoy part 2, and we will see you in the next video. So I'm going to ask her to back. Now when I ask them to back, this is neutral. My solar plexus is not on the horse. I don't want her in that close. That's her comfort, but it's not safe for me. Solar plexus is our power point. They feel that energy. So when I'm not working with the horse, when we're just resting, when we're at neutral, my solar plexus comes off. When I'm ready to say something, my solar plexus comes back on, my energy comes up, she's missing all of it. When I back them up, we always want to look at them. Don't. Look way off into the distance behind and focus on that so she can feel your focus is not on her, it's on going somewhere. And when she gets to where we're going, I'm going to stop. And then if I just want her to learn and stand, because we don't always want to just back them up and put them out on the circle, because then all of a sudden they start making the assumption that that's what they're going to do every time. So if you remember the hurry up and wait up, I didn't ask for that. Now we're working on emotional fitness with Dakota. I want her to understand that when I put you somewhere and I go neutral, just chill. This is your break. Horses are lazy by nature, so they usually like breaks. So she's got a nice softer look in her eyes. We purposely started this video with Dakota right out of the trailer so that you guys could see her when she got in here and notice her as she's going down. Ellie is trying to kick the bejesus out of my horse. But Katniss is pretty good. If you notice, Katniss is running after her. They'll figure it out by the time we want to go for a walk. So now I'm going to put Dakota out on the same circle. She's got her attention on me. Oops, she guessed wrong. I'm going to tell her, put your nose and your front feet up, not forward, please, out on the circle. Good. See how she went more sideways than forward. Katniss is like, Mama, come get me. If we have to, we can put Ellie in with the rest of yours, right? Oh. All right. Well, we'll figure. All right. We'll figure it out. So Dakota went into a trot, which is how she gets rid of worry. So, deep breath to a walk. If they don't go down to the walk like that, you guys, keep taking deep breaths. Make sure you're grounded. If they trot and they're ignoring your deep breath, you can always wiggle the rope. She's like, what does that mean? I'm going to put her nose back out on the circle. So when they start to come in and you're not ready for them to come in, you guys, you point. I'm going to set her up to show you guys. I'm going to make her think she's coming in. So make her think she's coming in. Send the nose and focus your stallion on the throat latch to push the nose. The directing hand said nose back out on the circle, and the stallion said get going. So the other thing I'm going to show you guys today, first we're going to show you how to come off the circle. So I've got a big belly in my rope, a big distance between me and her nose. The snap is weighted. The knot on her halters are weighted so that when I move my hands, it sends a signal. So the first thing that I'm going to do as she comes around you guys, I'm going to take my stick hand, find the back of my hand. No, you can't do that. She's making assumptions. I don't want her to do that. I'm going to shorten my rope. She knows I'm going to disengage her. I'm going to lift my directing hand, say no, stop, hip, move. And by the way, get out of my circle. Now the reason when she came off that circle, that disengaged, the reason she ended up closer to me was because when the horse comes off the circle, the front feet now defined the circle. They should stay. Front feet define the circle. The hind feet should come off, and the horse won't come closer to you. But like I said, she's still learning. So we're going to do it one more time. I'm going to ask her to back up. Ask her to back 2 steps. 1, 2. Put your nose on the circle. Beautiful. I'm going to shorten my rope. Stop the nose. Point at the hip. Notice the feet stayed on the circle. Now I did it close to her to help her. And she checks in, which I'm always going to take a moment for love. I'm going to back her up. Looking off into the distance. If she's not paying attention, I'm going to get big. I'm trying to aim for lightness, but I'm willing to go as firm as I have to. The right foot is forward. I change my hands. I say nose out on the circle, up. She almost got it. So now I'm going to back that left foot up so the right foot's forward. I step and I say nose. Stallion says you should go. She did nicely. We walk together. She's a little close. So what I do for that, just like if I was in the saddle, my stirrup foot, my foot says no, don't go faster, go over. Don't go faster, go over. There. She's not sure what that means yet. Shoulder to shoulder traveling. Now she's putting tension on the rope. I'm observing that. I'm noticing that. I'm staying calm because I didn't ask for the trot. Might take some deep breaths. There we go. Match my energy. I am the leader. Match my energy. Now as we come around you, I'm thinking trot right now. Now I'm building it up in my solar plexus, revving the engine. My lead mare says, do something different. And the stallion, the stick, didn't have to say anything because she's more in tune with me. Now I'm going to ask for a canter. So I'm focusing on it, revving up the engine. Sending it out to the lead mare, says do something different. I'm picking up my pace. She picked up her pace. She trotted faster. The stallion's going to go, you should probably do something. The stallion shuts up. He says again. Good girl. And again, the stallion says, don't break gait, please. She's ignoring the stallion, so the stallion's going to start working closer. She's pulling on me, so I'm planting my feet. Good. Now trot. Keep walking. So, you can use verbal cues, but I would prefer you not use verbal cues until you've got your body language cues. Mare says get going. Because if you use your verbal, then you're not aware of whether or not you're talking with your body language. Horses read body language, not words. You can train them to words, but when you're training to words, you're also using your body language. So see that big belly in my rope? That means she's gotten closer. So I'm going to say, get away, and now I'm going to send the nose and say, your job, I put how much slack I want in the rope. It's your job to maintain it. So now, as she comes around, I'm going to slide my hand up, grab the tail of my rope, bring my stick hand back, stop, point at the hip. She circled in with her hind feet, so I'm going to back her up out of my circle and up. The comfort is where I put it. Good. So that is kind of a crash course on basic groundwork. You want to be able to go backwards. You want to be able to have the directing hand saying nose over there. The stallion towards the throat latch says nose. Lead mare says stop, nose, hind quarters, and by the way, back up, you're too close to me. You want to be able to change your hands. Oh, get that front foot where it should be. Point, Lead mare says, nose over there. She says, I don't know what you mean. Stallion says, and she says, stallion, shut up. And she licked and chewed. Now she's coming in closer. So the stallion says, get away from the lead mare. The lead mare says, we should be going. She's on my string. So now, oh, good. Lead mare says, by the way, we're still going. Up. Stop. Move your hip. Back up, please. Energy comes off. And she's going to process. She's a major, major processor. So we're going to give her a minute to process. She knows I have cookies, and she's certainly earned one. Food is grounding for horses like it is for us. So she was being polite. This mare, when she's really worried, she won't eat. So when she asks for a cookie, I know that she's with me mentally, emotionally, physically, and that heart and soul connection. So remember, you guys, horses go 6 directions. Forward, backwards, left, right, up, and down. Walk, trot, canter, trot, walk. So when you're playing in the circle, the biggest mistake that people make, well, there's several mistakes, but if you're watching this video, you're interested in learning about horsemanship, so we don't have to talk about lunging. So, but one of the mistakes we make, especially when we're first starting, is to not have a plan. So, and they feel it. They feel if you don't know what you're doing, if you're not focused on what you're doing. And so they'll start to either, 1, try and take the leadership, or 2, they'll start challenging you to say, hey, wake up, what are we doing? This does not feel like we have a purpose in mind. So when you come out to work on the circle, have a purpose. With her, some of the things that she and I work on, one, she's in my circle, she's in my space, and I don't want her anymore, so that in there anymore, so I'm going to ask her to go back. So Dakota and I have to work on, can you move your 4 quarters? She missed the directing hand. Now the stallion comes towards the opposite throat latch and says, can you move your 4 quarters? Can you move? Get off the top of me. The other thing she likes to do, stallion says, get off the mare. The other thing she likes to do is be on top of me. So now I'm going to ask her, can you walk with me? We're going to walk in a circle, but we also do this in straight lines. Now when she gets worried, don't get too close to me, please. So we're walking shoulder to shoulder. And the lead mare says, nose, stop, hindquarters, move. Lead mare says, we're going this way. Stallion says, you should come with her. So this is how you work on teaching your horse to walk politely side by side with you. If I stop, she should stop. If I back up, she should back up. If I look at her hip, it should disappear. It should disappear. It should disappear. It should disappear. The stallion is saying, why are you still here? This is my space. The lead mare said she's going there. Why are you still there? So when you are teaching a horse to move with you, you're not saying, get out of my way. Like if I want to move her around, and this is hard for her, she goes forward. If I want to move her around and not have the hind feet, I just want her to pivot. I'm going to stop the nose with my rope. She's traveling. The stallion's going to go stop. Stop ignoring the pressure. I am not saying move, move, move. I'm saying I want this spot right here. Thank you. I want this spot right here. Thank you. And a horse that respects their leader will give them the spot. I want this spot right here. She gave it to me and politely checked in. So these are why we play with groundwork, is to teach respect and rapport, compassion, connection, and communication. So that's our groundwork. If you guys have any questions, please comment below and I would be happy to answer them. I recommend watching this video multiple times. First watching me, then watching us together, then come back watch me, then come back watch her, and then watch it together. So I hope you found value in this video. Thank you guys very much. And until the next video, keep it real. Bye.